Hi guys, I'm Sticks.
I'm Stone.
This is Rock and Roll Nerds.
Welcome to Chit Chat. Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of Chit Chat. And today we shall be talking about many subjects, including which Doctor Who, CM Punk, local acts, Gotham, so many things.
So many beautiful things.
I cannot collect them all. Okay, Adam is going to talk to you about
Punk. CM Punk.
CM Punk.
It's a Philip Brooks for friends of his.
Really? That is such a...
It's a normal name.
Philip Brooks.
It's a normal name, isn't it?
Sounds like he should be a banker or something.
Or an estate agent.
Yeah.
I'm Phil Brooks, attorney at law.
Hi, I'm Phil Brooks. I manage a pharmacy.
Even though he's drug and alcohol free, that's probably the worst place for him to work.
Exactly, drug free. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, I think this news came out a week or two ago. I thought I'd stick it in and everything. CM Punk has literally just been signed on by Marvel Comics to write some of their comics, basically, and he's going to be doing the first writing and everything with the Thor female character.
You said stick it in.
Did I really?
Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
So I start out of it again?
No, carry on, it's fine, they'll love it. They like sticking it in.
Wow. So yeah, CM Punk is now a writer for Marvel Comics, and his first pieces and everything, or sections that will be going in.
You said peace.
Probably peace.
Peace.
My piece.
My peace.
My junk.
My world peace.
Any other innuendos?
Yeah, probably.
Well, at least 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's now writing for Marvel Comics. His first thing's going to be with the Thor comic book that they're redoing with the female character version. He's putting in stuff like that. Apparently he's been giving them ideas for the last year. He's been in contact email-wise and everything, and they've been taking his ideas and putting them together, and eventually they just said to him, you know what, you're not doing anything else. Do you want to come work for us?
You're out of work.
Yeah, you're out of work.
The pharmacy
Your missus is paying your cheque by being Divas champion, so...
Your pharmacy business is just... It's not working, mate.
It's plummeted.
So, come on, Philip.
Come on, Philip.
Come right for us.
Mr. Brooks. So yeah, he's now working for Marvel, which I think is pretty good, because he's always been a massive comic book fan, and he's only gone to Comic Con once, because every other time he's come around he's always been busy with WWE, and he only got to do it once, so I'm glad he's doing it. At the end of the day, it's one amazing job to another amazing job. They're two of the best jobs ever.
I'd be pretty happy with that job, to be honest.
That would be awesome.
Be a pretty cool job.
So yes, that's pretty awesome news, I think. I think it's probably one of the best jobs he could go for if he's not doing wrestling anymore.
Yeah, that, or something else.
Something else. Just...
Well, I just thought, no, it's a pretty cool job.
It is.
Can you top that?
I don't know. Possibly.
Probably. Can you top that?
Possibly the Stig.
If you know,
that's about it.
Comment below.
Okay, guys. Now we're going on to the local acts part of it. So Mr. Sticks has got a couple of local acts going around. Might not be local to us, but could be local to you. So what have we got?
Well, I'd like to say first of all, I didn't get to go to any gigs last week, unfortunately. I managed to do a quick review on the Reek Machines on last week's episode. Fortunately, bit poor this weekend, so I couldn't go to any gigs anyway. So
Christmas.
Saving up for Christmas.
Absolutely.
And whatever else I like to do in my spare time. Embarrassing stuff. Anyway, unfortunately, couldn't think of anything this week. I've not actually seen anything this week recently.
No.
If there's any gigs coming up this week, let us know and we'll try and put something up on Facebook and whatever. But this is more for next week's sort of gigs coming up. So if you're in the Glasgow area on the 5th of December, Friday the 5th of December, get to Ivory Blacks because Raging Speedhorn are playing. And they're being supported by really wicked band. You've got to check them out. They're called Swan to Oath.
Oh, good.
Yeah, very good. We've managed to play them
a couple of times. But they're one of the best 3 pieces.
Yeah,
metal bands.
just wicked. They're just really nice guys as well. And they're just hardcore.
Yeah, they're like Pantera type feel.
Like a modern Pantera.
Yeah, they really are.
They got that feel to it. I like them. They're very cool guys. So go check them out. If just for them. Raging Speedhorn, I don't really know too much about. I mean, I've listened to their stuff a little bit, but Swan's Worth, definitely worth checking out.
Absolutely.
Yes. Also, on the Sunday, the 7th of December, if you're in the Birmingham area, you need to get to the Oobleck. Sorry, it's not being racist or anything.
It's not racist.
Oobleck. I've never heard of Ublek.
No.
There's not a band, it's a place, apparently. But anyway, At the Gates are playing.
At the Gates.
Yeah, At the Gates.
At the Gates.
At the Gates. At the Ublek.
At the Ublek. It's a bit weird, that, isn't it? It feels like it should be Ublek at the Gates.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
But
anyway, they're playing.
they chose their names.
Yeah, fair enough. So go check them out. Always good to go to live. You've got to support live music.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Especially in
Yeah,
independent.
whenever you can afford to go, go.
Yeah. Even if you can't afford to go, go anyway. Says me that didn't go to any. Well, you know, I had stuff to do.
I have errands and stuff.
Embarrassing stuff.
Embarrassing stuff.
So yeah, so that's the only local acts info we've got. If you know of any gigs going on around the country, let us know.
And we will also put it into our Facebook if we can.
If we can, we will. And it will happen. Also, I just want to take this quick opportunity to say, if anyone's getting in touch with our Twitter, I'm having a few issues with that at the moment. I'm in control of Twitter, and I'm having some issues. So just give me a couple of days, we'll get it sorted. If you're not getting in contact with Twitter, get in contact with us in Twitter, okay? It'll help me understand how the fucking thing works. So, yeah. Anyway, that's our local act for this week.
Cool.
Or next week. Okay, last week, unfortunately, I didn't get to talk about Doctor Who, the finale part 2. So, we're going to put it into this week's one, okay? So, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet, then what are you waiting for? Come on. You know, keep up. But anyway, like, it was good. I liked the fact of it. It was a good, like, finale to it. It was a good send-off for Clara, like his companion sort of thing.
Oh.
But I'm kind of glad she's gone. She was starting to get a bit whingy for me. Oh, I don't know, whingy's the right word. I don't know how to describe her. I liked her when she first came into it. Now I started to get to the point where I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to be fussed if you leave soon. It's one of them. But anyway, yeah, no, it was good, and it was quite sad as well. Certain bits, like Danny, her boyfriend, becomes a Cyberman, and he goes and blows himself up to save humanity. It's a big, long-winded story. You'd have to watch it, but it's very good. What I didn't like was this whole sort of like he gives her this bracelet that makes a soul have life again, makes them come through back from the other side, sort of thing. So she's there grieving and stuff like that, and then suddenly like there's this glowing thing, and his voice going, "No, I can't come through. Well, I could come through, but I'm going to use it to save this child that I killed in Iraq," which is very nice. But it was so sort of like, oh, this is so cheesy. This is so cheesy. It was like watching a kid's Christmas special.
Yeah, considering that you said that this series has been a bit more hard hitting with a more serious Doctor.
Yeah, exactly. More serious. That's why I think I was quite happy for Clara to go. Yeah, but no, I did like it, and the fact that like the Master was a Missy, which was great, and I can't remember the actress's name, but she played him really well. Well, she played the Master really well, just like cheeky, pretty creepy as well, and yeah, no, it was good, and like she had this plan of like basically turning all dead people kind of into Cybermen.
Oh, okay.
Which was great because they're all coming up from the graves and you're thinking like it's going to be zombies and stuff, but it's Cybermen. And they're still sort of getting used to their outfits and stuff, and they're just walking around like this around graveyards. It's pretty good.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. It was good, but it was just that last bit where he's like, you don't love me, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off. It was like too many shiny lights and too much gayness going on. No offence to gay people, you know what I mean. It was just too...
Camp.
Thank you.
Camp's the word.
Camp's the word. Can we bleep that?
Let's get this politically correct.
Yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed it up until then. After that, I was like... Ugh. I did like the fact that the Master gave him the coordinates for Gallifrey, which he'd been searching for. And then she died, or she got killed, or that's what we're led to believe anyway. And he goes and he tells Clara, he's like, I found Gallifrey. She's like, oh, well done. And it goes back to what he actually did, and he didn't find Gallifrey. So he's beating the crap out of the TARDIS, and he's like, get really fucked off, sort of thing, because there's no way that he could find Gallifrey. Well, there was another last hope for it, sort of thing.
Right.
So it was good. It had its great moments, and it also had its really sort of bad
Weak
moments. But that was my point. It was just less cheesy, corny, please, more straight to it, more hard hitting, more seriousness.
Cool.
I do like the kookiness as well.
Yeah, but not. It's got to be a nice balance.
Yeah, of course it does. But yeah, so that was my view on it. If you don't like it, comment below.
No. Right. The another topic I wanted to quickly go into, very quickly, briefly. Gotham. New series that started. It's I think it's on he hasn't watched it yet, so I'm not going to spoil anything. So there's not really a spoiler alert.
Okay.
So I'm not going to ruin any storylines or anything like that. I'm only going to talk about characters that you would know of anyway.
Okay.
I think once we've both watched all the first series, we'll do a big review on it. But I just wanted to give my first thoughts of it so far. I'm on episode 6. I've just finished watching. I think America are about 2 or 3 episodes ahead of us because we've just started watching on Channel 5. So far, I'm really liking it. It's got that really kind of nitty, really dark feel that the original animated series had, and it's got that kind of, that it could build up into kind of an Arkham Asylum type feel, that kind of game feel. It's really dark and gritty, and I'm so glad they decided to do this because every time I've played a game or watched a TV series or a film or a comic book, I've always thought, Jim Gordon, he seems like he was a badass when he was a young person. I would like to see that. And they've really shown it. They've got a really good actor to play him and everything. The fact that he's trying to be the goody-goody, and then he's got his partner that's willing to cut corners. And I like the way they bounce off each other. I also like the way that they're introducing characters in their certain roles, all that, like the villains to come and everything, and what they were doing before they were villains. And it's brilliant. It's just, I think they're really nailing it and everything. They've tweaked a couple of bits and bobs here and there. They've changed a couple of things, but they're so minor it really does not matter. Like for instance, they've called Pamela Ivy. They've just called her Ivy instead. You literally see her for 2 seconds as a child, about 6 to 8 years old, and she's not called Pamela. She's just called Ivy. But it's minor. It's not a big deal. I'm fine. I can deal with that. But they've just done really well. They've got some really good cast. They've got really good storylines, and I just the fact that they're not linking it to anything else, it's having it as a separate, alone series, works better. Because the problem with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is, because it ties in with all the rest of the films, they're limited about what they can do. Yeah. They can't bring in characters because the big characters are already established in the cinematic universe. With Gotham, they're basically saying it's not attached to any of the films, it's not attached to anything else, it's their own thing. They can literally do what the fuck they want within the current side of the comic book. And I'm really enjoying it so far. Like I said, I'm only on episode 6. I think there's like 13 episodes per season, so I've still got a while to go. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a good series. It's really maintaining the
I do want to start
aspect.
watching it. I do need to start watching it.
It is good. And I think also the person they got to play Bruce, a young Bruce Wayne, he's a good actor. And I think he's about 13, but he's good. You can see he's starting to get into, as time goes on, he wants to get into the detective thing. He starts like, I want to find out who's killed my parents type of thing. It's really good. It's brilliant seeing the build-up of when he decides to eventually become Batman. It's because obviously with all the origin stories we've seen before, he's always old enough and he's becoming Batman for the first time. But this is well before he even thinks of it, and it's just seeing him building it up. It's really good. I honestly think they've maintained a really good dark, serious tone with it, and I'm really enjoying it.
Cool.
Right, guys. So now it's going to go on to our main topic. Okay guys, now it's on to our main topic. We've got a bit of a change this week. Originally Sticks was going to be with us watching the WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view, but unfortunately he had other issues and everything. He couldn't get there because he had other things. Yeah. But yeah, he couldn't get there, so unfortunately he's not able to review it because he hasn't seen it yet. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a special guest in with us, a friend of ours, and me and him are going to review it, and then we're going to get back to me and Sticks just to sign you out and everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Jones.
Okay. Hey.
Hey!
What are we doing here?
Review. Survivor Series?
It was good.
It was good.
I'm Josh Jones.
We have a special guest. We have Josh Jones helping us out to do the review for Survivor Series, as Sticks couldn't be there because he had previous engagements.
Yeah, but I'm a wrestling fan. Hardcore.
Hardcore wrestling fan. So yes, we're going to review Survivor Series that we literally just saw last night.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Right. What was your first thought then? Go on. Give us your...
Well, if we're going to go
you want to go with the order of how it happened or the surprises that were in store?
Just anything. Just
Well, okay, the main factor that is one of the biggest things in wrestling history is Sting debuted in the WWE. Yeah, yes, but
Sting.
You have no idea how much I've been jizzing about this with Mr. Mason here. Sting is the one guy everybody thought from like WCW and TNA that no one would ever see in the WWE. So this is massive for any wrestling fan out there. People knew for about a year that he was now under contract with the WWE, doing Comic-Con appearances for them and plenty of other stuff. It was always under speculation when he debuted. It was unfortunately leaked a couple of days beforehand that it was 90% sure that Sting would be at Survivor Series. It still didn't take the zing away when he walked down to the ring. It was absolutely incredible, and now it's just exploded the WWE universe all over. It's just going to be epic. What comes next?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got the same opinion.
Oh
probably.
god, it was so fucking awesome. It was just. I knew that Sting was under contract as well, but I didn't know that he was going to appear at Survivor Series at all. And the way they did it was brilliant. Because the 5-on-5 was really good. We had a lot of shockers in it, actually.
Oh,
really.
It was great.
Big Show turned heel, ended up getting Cena knocked out and taken out. And then it was down to 3-on-1. It was Ziggler versus 3. And Jesus Christ, Ziggler put some effort in. He was getting his ass handed to him, but he just kept kicking out and kept kicking out. And no matter what was thrown his way, he just kept it together. And then it was just. It was when you thought he was going to lose and everything, they got the guys involved in it, they pulled referees away and all this kind of stuff, and Triple H was beating down on him. You thought, oh god, is he going to win? Is he not going to win? And then you just hear Sting's music.
The lights dimmed.
You think, fuck! Yeah. It's like, I can't believe this. And he comes in, he lays out Triple H, and then he makes sure that Ziggler's covered over on top of Rollins. The referee pops back in, hits the 3 count, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Authority's out of power now, and that is awesome.
Just to clarify before we continue, I'm not going to spoil anything for any little fans we may have. We know how the business works, so we're not like going.
We're not sitting there and going, "It's real," because we know that it's scripted. But we love to find out storylines. It's like a sitcom.
Well, not it can be funny.
No, not a sitcom.
A drama.
A drama. Yeah, it's like EastEnders, but with sport.
Yeah, it's a.
You want to know who's beating up someone else next.
Yeah, this is the sport that belongs to something like Rock and Roll Nerds, and I did kind of say, you do anything WWE and you don't involve me, I will have a hissy fit on the internet about this. Hence why I'm here. But yes, Survivor Series as a pay-per-view in whole for the last few years has been struggling. I've always seen it's one of the main 4, along with WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble and SummerSlam. It's been disappointing the last couple of years, but this year they knew what they were doing. They made the traditional elimination match important again. It was the main event. You should always have a traditional elimination match at Survivor Series, and the debut of arguably the biggest icon in wrestling history at that event has changed the landscape of WWE forever. Mm-hmm. It seems now from what we saw, it's going to build up to a match with Triple H, which I'm fine with. They're both very hard workers within the company, and they'll have a great rivalry together. The main one a lot of people, including me, want to see is the possibility of Sting facing The Undertaker.
Yeah. We're hoping Mania.
Yeah, it is one of them where, realistically, with health and age, for more The Undertaker, but Sting as well, he's getting on, will it happen? There's plenty of other guys Sting can face, hence the whole thing with Triple H, but The Undertaker, Sting is what the dream match is. But we are kind of just, we don't care really what happens with Sting. Personally, I don't, because we know whatever happens,
it's going to be good.
Yeah, people are going to be happy. For the rest of the event, great matches. We've got new tag team champions.
Yes, we've got Mizdow as tag team champions. Which was really quite a weird one. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was good. That was a good match.
Mizdow is hopefully, with a lot of stuff happened at the event, but with Miz and Mizdow, the WWE must be opening their eyes to see that Mizdow is getting over.
Yeah.
A lot of people already like Damien anyway, as Damien Sandow and whatnot, but he's the entertainment factor of
pretty much the whole tag team division at the minute. There's a lot. I'm not taking anything away from the other tag teams. Goldust and Stardust are great talent. You got the Usos. Who else was in there?
Las Matadores.
That was on, yeah, with their little midget bull.
Yeah, and then Gold and Stardust.
Yeah. I'm not taking anything from the Miz either. It takes two to be the tag team champions, but Mizdow is the backbone to especially that tag team and the tag team division.
Yeah.
So now that they've got the belts, which can lead to whatever at WrestleMania or in the tag team division.
Then we had a few other matches which we weren't really that bothered about. It might be the end of AJ Lee. We're thinking apparently she might be quitting. But the other main match that we really enjoyed was Bray versus Dean.
Yeah, a build-up match.
That Bray versus Dean was. I mean, it was a precursor to TLC. They've announced that they're going to be going TLC, but still, it was a good match. It was good fun seeing these two finally go loggerheads and have a proper match and having. I love the fact that Bray did the same thing to Dean like he did to Cena at WrestleMania. He wanted him to hit him with a chair so we could get him disqualified. But then we see there he's like the hustle, loyalty and respect bollocks. He's the good guy, so he won't do it because he wants to disappoint his fans. Dean on the other hand, he's like, I don't give a fuck if I'm disqualified. Yeah. Bang with a chair, and then he just landed chairs and tables and everything on top of the guy. Yeah. He just laid him out, and it was good fun.
The only disappointment it's not a disappointment as such, but it's the match lasted about maybe 20 minutes, 20 and a half an hour perhaps. 15 minutes in, it became quite apparent that as good as the match was, it was not going to be the match that, it wasn't going to be a match that settled anything. It was the match that built up. Yeah, pay-per-views are usually settled matches, sometimes. It depends how long the rivalry's going to go. This match, or rivalry even, is only been going on about a month. So it just built up to TLC, and it's already been announced that Bray Wyatt will face Dean Ambrose at TLC pay-per-view.
Tables, ladders, chairs.
In a TLC match, which is great because hopefully that'll be their main event, and it's the push to give them main event material. And they will kick the crap out of each other. They proved that at Survivor Series. They say AJ with the Divas, she's now not Divas champion.
No,
not only
she's not.
No,
it's Nikki Bella, Big Tits Bella.
Yeah. My opinion, that everyone's got their own opinions. My opinions of the Bellas are. They're there. They're part of the Divas division. That's all I have. The same with the other Divas match.
Yeah, Paige is the only one that stands out for us.
And maybe Natalia because she's got talent. Yeah. The others, to a degree, do. There's a couple that've got potential, but they're very much just. Some of them are eye candy. They're kind of just there right now. If AJ Lee leaves, who's been the best thing that's happened to the company or the Divas division in years, it will now pretty much put Paige on the top spot.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because I'm a huge fan and she's British.
She's just good.
Yeah, she's got character, she's got ability and talent, and she deserves a top spot in my opinion. And again, not berating the other divas. Some of them have worked their ass off to be where they are now, and they just haven't got that thing.
Pizzazz.
Yeah, that buzz.
There's some kind of X factor in it, and it's just some people have it, some people don't.
Yeah.
And it's just there's certain people that just work better on the top spot, and Paige and AJ are the top two divas in our opinion.
Yeah, but definitely. Yeah. So Natalia's not too far behind, and I think it's Naomi, one of the Funga Dactyls.
Yeah,
she has potential, but again, it's not a time yet.
So anyway, enough of the divas.
We've got new Divas champion in Nikki, and potentially the departure of AJ Lee. New tag champions, Bray and Dean.
Bray and Dean, which means Bray technically won because Dean just got disqualified. And then we had Team Cena versus Team Authority, and the Authority are no longer in power because they fucking lost.
Yes, they are gone.
I'm really looking forward to. It was really good as well because they all we had Stephanie screaming and shouting at the end, which was really good fun.
Yeah, it was the first time in a while where it wasn't like there were so many theories of how it would end, even with the rumor being let slip that Sting would be there. But it was like just because Sting is appearing tonight, but allegedly doesn't have any effect on who could win.
Yes, even if Sting didn't appear last night, it was still a solid match and a solid pay-per-view.
We as hardcore fans, we watched it live last night, and we're here for a nice day off to recuperate. But yeah, we weren't the only ones. We had a room full of people. And I don't think... So yeah, sometimes we just sit there in silence with the show. And I don't think we shut up once during the whole show because we had so many speculations of would Randy Orton get involved?
Which he didn't.
No sign of Randy Orton. Would Vince get involved?
Which he didn't.
The only thing Vince did at the start was raise the stakes that the only way the authority can return is if John Cena says so.
Which isn't going to happen.
No, it'll be a really weird storyline if it does, and the only other way is if Cena turns heel, which is not going to happen.
But the one thing I really quite liked about the main event, though, is that even though it was Team Cena and they were obviously on his team, it wasn't the Cena show. Everyone had their moment to shine, and then Cena got knocked out. He was out. It was Big Show tried to turn heel, knock him out, and then Cena was pinned and he was out the door, and it was down to literally just Ziggler, and it became the Dolph Ziggler show.
Yeah. And
even though he's getting his ass handed to him, he was the one putting up all the, he was the one still going.
Yeah, like we said, we know how the company works and the script and all that, but it doesn't take away the physical. And we're not going to sit here and go like, it's real to me, God damn it! We're not that kind of people. That makes sense? Yeah, alright. Sure.
We just enjoy it.
Yes, but yeah, it does take a physical toll, and the way the bumps and the strikes and the punishment that Dolph's body was taking is
incredible.
You can kick out if it's in the script. It's not, we're not, resiliency is to do with what it says in the script. But the fact that, to keep getting up after, he's guaranteed to be very, very sore today.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's got a match on Raw and looking, he won't be 100%, but if he looks 100%, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
I'd
I'd say overall, really impressed with the pay-per-view. Main event more than anything.
Well, yeah, the main event is a potential Match of the Year candidate.
Yeah, it was really good.
Not only is TLC coming up, the Slammy Awards coming up, which doesn't really affect storylines, but it's always interesting to see what. I don't know if this time they're going to let the fans decide or it'll be another fix. I don't know what happens after time with the Slammy Awards.
Mm.
But yeah, the only other thing I could think of is the Harper and Rowan factor.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, so Big Show turned, knocked out Cena, we don't know what's going to happen there. Ziggler proved himself, Sting kicked Triple H's ass. But the Eric Rowan, Luke Harper thing, it was a slight teaser. They've been building it up, they did fight, but the fight maybe only lasted a minute,
maybe two.
But within that minute, they've shown that when they do clash, it's going to be a fight. And Rowan really impressed me.
He did well.
Always been seen as the lesser of the Wyatt family, but he really impressed me. And just to clarify, Mark Henry did nothing. He got knocked out.
He literally got knocked out, KO punch, and he was go on.
It's like, but if you get a main event paycheck at the end of the day, who cares? Yes. And Rusev is still undefeated technically.
Yeah, he got counted out.
Yeah, he's been counted out and disqualified, but he still wouldn't get to submit or be pinned. So they got rid of that very nice and snug.
So I'd say that was our full review on the Survivor Series. We thought it was really good. I give it a good solid 4 stars. I think
we're doing this out of 5.
Yeah,
4 stars.
4 stars is definitely a solid.
Yeah, it saved the pay-per-view because it's been struggling.
It was really, really good. So that's our review on pay-per-view, and now we're just going to finish off with me and Sticks. So goodbye.
Bastard stole my clothes.
Wow.
Well, anyway,
I can't explain it.
I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was. This is the end of Chit Chat.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely the end because he's going to have to go find his clothes.
I'm a bit cold.
Yeah.
It is November.
Yeah. No heating here. We're poor.
Yeah, very.
So, like and subscribe. Find us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube, which you should be right now.
Oh, yeah.
Find us on Twitter once it's up and running properly. And, we'll see you again soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed that, don't forget to click the thumbs up button and also the subscribe button just down there somewhere. Also, if you want to see another top 10, click here. If you want to see another review, click here. Thanks, guys. See you soon.